Welcome back to the post-summer episode of the Valencia Property podcast. It's called Post-Summer Revival, Consultation Calls, AI Songs, and Why You Can't Get Things Done in Spain. This is the first one of season 4. Even though we haven't had a gap between last month and this month, this is the first one of season 4. We still don't take advertising, and that's probably because advertisers don't want such a niche show. So we remain the only podcast not sponsored by the usual suspects: ShipStation, HelloFresh, some random VPN, some crypto scam, or Peloton even. We've had a month's hiatus, but we're back, better than ever, and ready to get going. I'm Graham, of course, and after a proper Spanish August break, that's a whole month, and yes, I'll explain exactly why that was necessary later in the show, we're back with a packed episode covering everything that's been happening while we were supposedly away. Now, I say supposedly because we were still doing consultation calls throughout August, because that's the most important part of what we do. We've also spent a few minutes experimenting with AI. And by experimenting, I mean I accidentally created what might be the most annoyingly catchy song about Valencia ever recorded. We'll get to that embarrassing confession in a moment, but you've already had a bit of it in the intro. Today, we're covering how to set up your consultation call with us now we're properly back, why schooling is absolutely critical if you're moving with kids, a month-by-month breakdown of why you literally cannot get anything done in Spain, and why that's actually brilliant, plus the 10 weirdest facts about Valencia that explain why this city is so bloody addictive. Oh, and by the way, here's a bit of that song again. Yes, more of that song. You'll be able to hear the whole thing during this edition of the podcast, if you are so inclined. To start then, setting up your consultation call. We're back and ready. Right, first things first, we're back. We're energized. We're ready to help you make the move to Valencia to join us. But here's the thing, and this is something I wrote about on September the 1st. The consultation call is probably the most important first step for those who eventually buy successfully here in Valencia. Now, some of you might think a consultation call is just a sales call in disguise. It's not. It's most certainly not. It's genuinely the foundation of everything we do together. We get to know you, you get to know us, and you get to ask any questions, whether they seem simple, complicated, or, I love these ones, questions you might think seem stupid. I'll let you know if I think that's a stupid question as well, but usually there are no stupid questions. Here's what you need to arrange a call. Your full name, how you want the call, WhatsApp, Zoom, in person if you're already here, what you'd like to discuss, and your best times and time zones. It's as simple as that. But to get the most out of the meeting, you want to think about a few things beforehand and take some notes. Take some notes about the questions you want to ask, your timelines, property questions, the market situation, areas you're considering, financing, taxes, your family situation, schooling if relevant, visas, any legal issues, special requirements, and what contacts you might need. And yes, that sounds like a lot, but honestly, most of it we can cover in a relaxed 45-minute chat. The key is being prepared and being honest about what you want and what you need. There's a whole blog post about this on the blog, and you can find the link for it in the show notes. It gives you some ideas about the questions you might want to ask as well. Contact us at information@valencia-property.com or WhatsApp us on +34 for Spain, 657 994 311. We'll get you sorted immediately, even if you're still months away from visiting. And if you're already on the ground here in Valencia, well, we're probably already booked up, so get in touch quickly.
And the future's in my eyes, build my life on ancient things.
So there's that song again, Valencia Dreams, when AI gets too creative. It's confession time. While we were on our August break, I had what I can only describe as a moment of complete madness. I met up with Claude, and that's an AI, not a person, and something called MBM, which stands for Make Better Music, and that's also an AI. And I created a song about Valencia. When I say I created, they created. The prompt was something dreamy, Spanish, but not exactly flamenco, and a couple of other things. And it came up with this absolutely mental song with lyrics including, and I'm not making this up, Valencia, where the paella sings. It took 2 minutes to create. 2 bloody minutes. Now, I've put this together with some drone footage of shot around the city and some walking footage from a slightly overcast day because, of course, the one day I decide to film, Valencia doesn't look like the sunshine paradise it usually is. The song gives me serious La Isla Bonita vibes, and now it's stuck in my head, which means it's going to be stuck in yours too, because if I have an earworm I can't get rid of, then you should too. It's only fair. You can find it on our Substack, and you can find that in the show notes, but you can also listen to it at the end of this episode. Yes, you're going to get the whole thing. This whole experience got me thinking about how AI is changing everything. And I mean everything. 2 minutes to create a song that would have taken a professional songwriter hours or days, whether you consider it good or not. It's impressive and slightly terrifying at the same time, especially for songwriters and others in the creative industries. But here's the thing. AI can create a catchy song about Valencia, but it can't tell you which neighborhood will work best for your family, or which school has spaces for your kids, or how to navigate the Spanish bureaucracy when you're trying to get your NIA number, or give you the best feedback on and choice of properties that we know are going to suit you best because we've been talking with you and listening to you from the initial consultation call onwards. That's where actual human expertise still matters. Anyway, on to the next part, and it's about kids. If you have kids, the education maze. Let's talk about the single most important issue if you're moving to Valencia with kids, education. Now, a lot of our clients aren't coming with kids because, the kids have flown the nest. And I mean, genuinely, you can find the perfect property. You can get the best mortgage deal. You can have the most amazing lifestyle. But if your kid's education doesn't work out, you're stuffed, because you'll never be happy. I wrote our most popular blog post back in 2021 about international and bilingual schools in Valencia. Now, the link is in the show notes, of course. I update it regularly despite the fact that it was written in 2021, because this stuff changes. I've just updated about one of the schools because information. Here's a reality check you need, though. The international schools are largely full. Your favorite option may not have space for your child. And if you have more than one kid, finding a good school with spaces for all of them is like winning the lottery. Here's some common sense for you. Send your kids to international schools if they're in exam years. There's too much disruption otherwise. The younger your kids are, the more we lean towards local Spanish schools. Don't worry about integration at international schools or Spanish schools because they're 80 to 90% Spanish kids anyway. The playground language is Spanish, so your kids are going to pick up Spanish. The language outside of the school is Spanish, so your kids are going to pick up Spanish. The major difference is the educational approach. Spanish schools still have much more rote learning and many more tests. If your kid is shy, they might gravitate towards other native English speakers at any school, but especially international schools, because it's easier. But try to encourage them not to. The more Spanish-speaking friends they have, the quicker they'll integrate into the broader community. And the quicker you'll integrate into the broader community too, because you become a taxi, taking them to play dates, taking them to parties and things like that. And at that point, you're going to have to talk to their parents. Here's a crucial tip. If you're thinking about international schools, contact them well before you move. There's a brutal truth here. They're terrible at answering emails or phones. Absolutely terrible. You have to be insistent. And usually when they don't answer, it's because they're full and are sick of answering the same thing. We have no spaces available. When calling, have ready your child's name, their dates of birth, current schooling details, and ask specifically about spaces and also waiting lists. If you already have one child at school, your other children usually go to the top of the waiting list. So that's worth considering if you can only get one into your preferred option to start off with. This is genuinely the area where we spend most of our consultation time with families because getting it wrong affects everything else. Why you can't get things done in Spain and why that's brilliant. Brilliant? Why is it brilliant not being able to get things done? Well, some people have been questioning our decision to essentially close in August. Honestly, I don't need to justify my business decisions, but you know what? Let me explain exactly why August isn't the only time it's difficult to get things done in Spain. Let me take you through the year month by month, and let's start in August. Everyone's on holiday. Also, it's hot. We're not here to help you. So if you're coming over in August, you don't get the best service because we're not here. Now, the truth is, one of us is here, two of us are here, and therefore we can do things, but you're severely limited the number of properties you'll get into, the people you'll talk to, because everyone's away on holiday. September. Well, we've got too much catching up to do from stopping for a whole month in August. October. We haven't had a holiday in a while, so we get Valencia's regional holiday on the 9th of October and Spain's national holiday on the 12th. So that's perfect for a long weekend, or if they fall midweek, 2 separate long weekends with a puente or a bridge day in the middle. That's potentially October the 6th to the 15th covered. And actually, I'll be away this year from the 4th to the 12th using those puentes, but Valencia Property will still be working. November. All Saints Day on the 1st, and the days are officially shorter, so there's less time to work anyway. And Halloween's becoming a thing the day before, but we're still in October then. December, the biggie. The 6th and the 8th are national holidays. The 7th is a puente and it's non-negotiable. We're not working on the 7th. And things slow down for Christmas at this point. And if Christmas can actually start on the evening of the 22nd, and the Christmas lottery takes up the whole morning on every TV station that day, reminding everyone that, oh yeah, it's Christmas in a couple of days, then even better. January, well, it's still Christmas because the kings arrive on the 5th and the kids get presents on the 6th. Oh, and we've got that New Year thing in the middle between Christmas and the kings, yeah? Don't think about getting anything done until the 10th if there's a weekend directly after the 6th, because kids only go back to school on the 10th, so people don't go back to work till the 10th. February. It's the shortest month, isn't it? And everyone's preparing for Fallas anyway. March. Fallas. What is Fallas? It's the big Valencia fiestas. You're trying to work and suddenly you're in a war zone with explosions going off everywhere. Despertar, early morning wake-up calls, mascletar, fireworks at midday, and late-night displays with roads cut off all over the place. It's supposed to be just the 15th to the 19th, but those who live here know it isn't, is it? It's basically the whole of the month for the 1st to the 20th. April. Well, it's Easter, Good Friday and Easter Monday, and many people take the weeks before and after off just to be safe, because in Spain, some regions have the week before and Good Friday off and then just the Monday and go back to school. And some regions have the Good Friday off and the week after. So let's just take the whole 2 weeks, shall we? And then, of course, you've got the Feria de Abril in Seville, which follows Easter usually. So some people say, well, I'm going to take a holiday down in Seville. I've got to experience the Feria de Abril. May. Well, May Day is on the 1st. And it's International Workers' Day. Actually, the rest of May is pretty clear. Whisper it quietly, so maybe you can get some stuff done in May. June. It's the longest day, so San Juan on the 24th is a holiday. It's starting to get hot and the beach bars have opened, which is always a decent excuse. July. It's hot, it's summer. People we depend on might be away. And did I mention the beach bars? And then we're back to August. And the whole thing starts again in a dance as old as time. But here's the thing. That's exactly why you move here. We work to live in Spain, not live to work. That rhythm, that respect for downtime, that understanding that there's more to life than constant productivity. In fact, the idea of constant productivity is an anathema to most people here. That's what makes Spanish life so appealing. So yes, we close in August, and no, I don't apologize for it. It's called work-life balance, and it's one of the best things about living here.
And the church bells harmonize, city of arts and
So recently over on the Substack, I wrote the 10 weirdest facts about Valencia. And if you're not on Substack, you won't have seen it. So I thought I'd tell you more about it here on the podcast. So let me share something that perfectly captures why Valencia is so special. 10 genuinely weird facts about your potential new home city that prove it's anything but ordinary. Number 1. They burn millions of euros worth of art every March and call it a party. Las Fallas sees neighborhoods spend up to 200,000 creating elaborate sculptures. and then they burn them all on March the 19th. Only one gets saved each year, and that's a small model for the Fayas Museum. It's not one of the 20-meter high things. It's almost certainly the world's most expensive bonfire. Number 2. Valencia has the Holy Grail, and they're pretty sure about it if you're into religious mumbo-jumbo. The Chalice of Valencia has been authenticated as dating from the 1st century. Pope John Paul, that's the second, the Polish one, he used it during Mass in 1982 here in Valencia. Whether you believe it or not, it's the most famous cup in your new neighborhood because Valencia and probably Levante aren't going to be winning any cups anytime soon. Number 3. The city's main park used to be a river that kept flooding everyone. The beautiful Turia Park is actually the old riverbed. Diverted in the 1960s after a late 1950s flood, it turned into Europe's largest urban park. Instead of being filled with concrete and being filled with a road, a motorway, they decided, let's have a big park. It's urban planning genius. And of course, we have a great blog post about it, which you can find in the show notes. Number 4. Valencia invented paella. Now, that isn't a weird fact, but here's the thing. They have very strong opinions about paella. Traditional Valencian paella contains only rabbit, chicken, beans, tomatoes, and saffron. No seafood, no chorizo, definitely no peas. Some people will question the tomatoes. Jamie Oliver, the most celebrity of the UK's celebrity chefs, once added chorizo and nearly caused an international incident. That's how seriously we take paella here. Number 5. Europe's most modern city was built in a dried lake bed. The City of Arts and Sciences sits on what used to be a floodplain at the end of a riverbed, and it used to be marshland. It's like a space station in an ex-swamp, and somehow it works perfectly. Number 6. The world's oldest legal institution still meets every Thursday by the cathedral. The Water Court has been meeting outside Valencia Cathedral for over 1,000 years, settling irrigation disputes with only oral testimony. No lawyers, no written records, no appeals. It's fascinating and amazing. These days, you've got to be careful about the Instagram influencers who are taking pictures of it and videos of it while it's happening, but it's amazing to see. Number 7. Valencia has more orange trees than people who watch Valencia Football Club. There are over 48,000 street trees, but you can't eat the oranges. Well, you can, but you wouldn't want to. They're bitter, ornamental ones. The city plants thousands of trees that produce inedible fruit just to look pretty and smell amazing. Number 8. The metro system includes actual Roman ruins. Instead of building around archaeological sites, they incorporated 2,000-year-old walls into the stations. It's possibly the only metro where your commute includes a history lesson. Number 9. Valencia's most famous drink is made from weeds. Horchata is made from tiger nuts, and they're tubers that grow like weeds. It's been Valencia's signature drink for over 1,000 years, and it's absolutely delicious processed weeds. Number 10, and finally, the language switches depending on which town you're in. Valencia sits where Valencian meets Castilian Spanish, street signs are bilingual, locals switch between languages mid-conversation, and almost everyone's accidentally bilingual, or even multilingual if they speak another language as well. These aren't just quirky facts. They're clues as to why Valencia works so well for international buyers. A city that burns millions in art and values culture over commerce. A place that turns disasters into assets shows remarkable adaptability. Valencia honors the past while embracing the future. The next thing we want to talk about is the definitive guide and moving forward. And so before we wrap up, I want to mention something we launched during our break. Yes, we were still working in August, even though we weren't actually working. It's the Definitive Valencia Property Investment Guide 2025-2026. This isn't just another property guide. It's everything we've learned from years of helping people make successful moves to Valencia. You can read the first 2 chapters and download the full guide at the link in the show notes. It covers everything from initial planning to completion and beyond. And it's the culmination of all our experience helping people like you make the transition to Valencia. We've also been expanding our presence across platforms. You can find us on our traditional blog at valenciaproperty.com/new, our Substack at valencia.substack.com for more personal insights, our YouTube channel, or even on Blue Sky if you want to escape the madness of other social platforms. And so what are your next steps? Right, let's wrap this up with some action points. The Valencia property market hasn't slowed down over the summer. If anything, it's gotten more competitive, and you've got to get ready. Properties are selling faster, international interest continues to grow, and the best opportunities are going to people who are prepared and ready to move quickly. A report has just come out pointing out that more mortgages were given in the last few months than any time since 2008, a rise of 34% this year. People are still buying, and buying lots. If you're serious about making the move, and I mean genuinely serious, not just browsing properties while at work serious, book a consultation call with us. Email information@valencia-property.com or WhatsApp us on 34 for Spain 657 994 311 and let us know when suits you. If you have kids, start researching schools now and contact them directly. Don't wait until you're ready to move. Waiting lists are real and spaces are limited. If you're working remotely, you're already ideally positioned to make this transition. Valencia offers the perfect combination of affordable living, excellent infrastructure, and a time zone that works for most international businesses. And finally, embrace the Spanish way of doing things. Yes, August might not be the best time to get paperwork done. Neither September, neither any of the other months, really. There is no perfect time for that in Spain. But it's a brilliant time to understand why Spanish work-life balance is something the rest of the world should copy, not criticize. The Valencia lifestyle isn't just about the weather and the affordability, though both are excellent. It's about a fundamentally different approach to how you live your life. And trust me, once you experience it properly, you wonder why you waited so long. We're back, we're energized, and we're ready to help you make Valencia your home. Don't overthink it. Everyone we've helped says the same thing. They wish they'd done it sooner. Oh, and one last thing. Why do we need that long holiday? The days can be long in Valencia property land here. Between visits, paperwork, organization, phone calls, consultation calls, constant interruptions via WhatsApp, which Spain runs on, and other things we do for our clients, we need a time to actually switch off. August is that time. But until next time, this has been Graham from Valencia Property. Thanks for listening, and remember, the best time to move to Valencia was 5 years ago. The second best time is now. And yes, that AI song about paella singing is probably going to be stuck in your head for the rest of the day. You're welcome. Have a listen now.
Packed my bags and left the gray behind, chasing sunlight, peace of mind. Orange trees line every street, Mediterranean breeze so sweet. Found my home where east meets sea. Valencia's calling out to me. In Valencia, where the paella the future's in